It's Haley on Hot Radio Maine, broadcasting live from Portland's very first Back Cove Fest. And I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Robbie from Ripe. Hello.
Hi, Haley. How's it going?
So good. It's so great to have you guys here. And you're about to hit the stage. You haven't hit the stage yet.
I haven't hit the stage
yet. So I got to know, how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling really excited. We love playing Portland for any reason, and we didn't know about this festival until we got here, and it was like really nice to see how everything's set up.
We're so happy to have you here, especially because you have so many roots laid in Boston, right?
Absolutely. 12 years of Boston. It's where the band formed. We consider ourselves a Boston band to our roots.
That's a beautiful thing. Now, for someone who maybe has never seen Ripe live before, what can they kind of expect from your performance?
I usually say something to the effect of like dancing is not mandatory, but it's very heavily encouraged, potentially aggressively encouraged. I don't know. I've been telling people recently it's like they've already bought the tickets, but there's free serotonin on the table if they interact with the other people around them, if they give themselves over more to the music. Like, I just feel like we're trying to create a space, but like we're not doing it for us. We get to play in front of the people no matter what, but if people make it something more symbiotic and collaborative, then it just sort of spirals up of its own accord.
I love that. And there's nothing I love more than free serotonin. We need to get it wherever we can. You know what I'm talking about?
I feel like a music festival is a relatively easy place to do.
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah.
You have a little album on the way in September,
We
the
absolutely
19th.
do.
Mark your calendars. Play the game. What can you tell us about it, Robbie?
So as I was just telling you, we moved to LA a couple of years ago, and I would say that this wound up being like a pretty quintessentially LA record. We worked with a producer that was on our bucket list. We like worked in studios that we never thought we'd get to see the inside of, you know, with teammates and with homies that are all based out of there. And I think that like it wound up being a record of, let me say this, the previous record, Bright Blues, couldn't help but be a pandemic record. Made in 2020, released in I think 2022 or 23. And like it really captures the feeling of like just getting it done is the struggle. And this is the first time that we actually were able to make something that was very much like a dream, like a moonshot. And I think that like they're just different kinds of stresses. Like trying to make something that you think is perfect because you finally have the runway is a very different kettle of fish for us. We've always been kind of a hard scrabble band, and we got to take risks that I feel really proud of. And we got to make a record that was trying to be the rock bands that we grew up listening to. And that's how I think Play the Game feels.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear it.
You'll have to let us know what you think. If I'm full of shit, you'll have to tell us.
Oh, for sure. You know I'll give you my honest opinion. I haven't lied to you yet, as we talked about.
Yeah, abundantly clear.
Now, you have given us a taste of the album with Cheap Seats. Can you talk about that single and what inspired it?
What inspired it? Well, I'm going to work backwards because the day that song came out, I got a concussion in New Hampshire.
Oh,
so now
no.
that song is definitely about two things. But initially, the impetus was kind of a feeling of, like, it was the last day of a really long stretch of writing with some really close friends, the people that we made the second record with. And I woke up that day feeling oddly tapped out, even though I was really excited to do it. And the song kind of was initially launched off by trying to work through the feeling of, like, sparring with the creative process and just kind of reminding myself that, like, I've been a kid in the nosebleeds at a Foo Fighters concert where they bring Rush out on stage to play YYZ, and, like, these moments that sort of build the internal legend of what music means to me are a lot of me, you know, with the cheapest seats in the house, just, like, blown away that I get to be there at all. And even if some days it feels like you're wrestling the creative process or the songwriting process to the ground, like you're doing it in service of getting to create spaces for other people to feel like that. So that was the initial impetus. And now the very fact that I get to do this at all after hitting my head and like at one point only being able to repeat 4 sentences for about 6 hours, the whole thing feels like a gift. So I feel like the lyrics already have a second layer of like, I get to do this. I get to do my favorite thing with some of my best friends, and like I'm not going to take that for granted ever again.
Rock on. That's so dope, and I'm so glad you're okay, by the way, because concussions are not to mess with. They're
Honestly,
not for the weak.
you let me know how the show goes before you confirm that I'm okay. Right
Fair
now,
enough.
it's just the interview. This is the easy part.
So far, you've said a lot of sentences, though, so I feel confident about it. I feel like we're going to be good.
That's good. I'm a chatterbox at the best of times, so I'm glad that part's come back.
You and me both, Robbie. Now, in the fall, you're embarking on a really cool co-headlining tour with Alan Stone.
Yeah.
What do you love the most just generally about being on the road, and what are you looking forward to on this tour in particular?
I mean, the road is one of my favorite places to be. I feel like getting to do what we do in a way where we get to feel it, like be received by different people every night is a really humbling and amazing thing. Alan Stone is somebody that like I have so many razor sharp memories of seeing as a fan. Like I remember that when he played Royale in Boston, he like walked in through Gen Pop and like I happened to be walking beside him the whole way, and I like took me 5 minutes to realize that was the artist that was going to headline that was just walking in with everybody else. He was like the first 2 artists I ever saw at Bonnaroo were Father John Misty into Alan Stone, both of whom are wild performers and like fully captured my belief of like, wow, music festivals are a special thing forever. So I think that I don't know. I think that we've opened for people that have blown me away, and this is the first time that we get to sort of establish a pure relationship with somebody that I still look up to. Alan, if you're watching this, I'm scared of you. You're one of the best singers in the game. I will have to bring my A+ game, and I'm looking forward to it.
You will. We're going to protect that noggin for the tour for sure, Robbie. We're going to get you a helmet or something, my friend.
Yeah, a helmet will be good for my look.
Now, you have a song called Goon Squad, but is that also what you call your fan base?
I honestly don't call them anything specific. I like Ripe fans.
Yeah.
I think that people have taken to calling themselves the Goon Squad, but for me, the Goon Squad are like my close inner circle. That
Fair.
came from being in college and somebody using that to try and insult my friends, and I was like, actually, I'm stealing that. That sort of sounds dope.
Yep.
Thanks for giving me an idea that I'm going to run with for, as it turns out, the next 10 years.
Period.
Yeah.
That's an Uno reverse. Thank you very much.
Can't keep a good thing down.
Right, 100%. Now, your fans, though, they love you. You got a big, great
Thank you.
following. Are there any fan interactions that have really stuck with you or in your memory?
There are a bunch. Some of them are kind of heavy. I'll skip through the heavy ones.
Fair.
The most recent one that happened that was funny was someone came up to us just beaming. And not only was it their first show of ours in a while, it was the first concert they went to, period, since their divorce.
Oh, wow.
And divorce is not a good thing, but the fact that you just see somebody glowing and like wanting to make this moment special after going through something hard, like, I don't know. I'm happy to soundtrack somebody's good day, but if I can take somebody that's not feeling good and make them feel better, that feels like something like more capital W work.
Yes.
And I feel very lucky to be able to do that in any capacity, you know?
Oh, we're lucky to have you here to do it at
Thanks,
Back Cove
Haley.
Fest. Now, last but certainly not least, Robbie, here in Maine, our state motto is the way life should be. So I would love to know, according to you, what is the way life should be?
I don't think that works for more than one person at a time.
That's true.
I think that, I don't know, this might get heady too fast,
It's all right.
but blame the concussion.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that like cognitive dissonances hurt even if you can't feel them. I think that if you want to do two things that are at odds with each other, or you say you want to do things and then never do them, or say you don't want to do things and do them often, I think that that winds up eating away at you in a way that's like hard to nail down, but I feel like everyone knows someone that's in the middle of that. And it's, you know, it's trite to say like be true to yourself, but I think it's like the long process once you become like something that feels like an adult of just like undoing those knots over time, and like whatever that life looks like, if you know why you're doing it for reasons that weren't like handed down to you by your parents or some other authority figure, and you're like, I do this because I like this, and if I don't like this anymore, I'll stop doing it and we'll find the next thing. That to me makes it feel like it's all an adventure, and the days where life feels like that are the days I feel most alive.
I love that. Oh, that's great.
That's what I'm going with.
That's great that you said that. And
Did I
feel
do all right, Maine?
I think you did okay, and
Thank you,
I
Haley.
think that not being yourself and fighting that, as you're referring to, that can make you sick in ways you would never expect.
That's what they keep telling me,
Yeah.
you know?
So keep on doing you, Robbie. We
Thank
love
you,
to see it,
Haley.
and thank you so much for taking the time
Man,
to chat
you've been
with me
very,
before
very
your
kind.
set.
Super
Oh,
endearing.
You're
Pleasure to talk to
amazing.
you.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.